Hi everyone, Makaela here from the Burka Avenger project. Welcome to the second video in our web series that discusses the Burka Avenger Teacher's Guide and how to get the most out of it. In this video, I will be going over Chapter 2 called Giant Slingshot Tank that begins on page 21 of the Teacher's Guide. The theme of this chapter is quite serious, so when deciding what to do for the warm-up, keep in mind your students and what you know about their backgrounds. If you're going in order of the chapters and your students have already completed Chapter 1, focus on the second, third, and fourth bullet points in the warm-up. In the Before You Watch section, part of the focus can be on the pronunciation of the new vocabulary. Remember, some of these words may be advanced, but they are important for the storyline in the video. So make sure that your students understand what the words mean and how they're pronounced. If you have more advanced students or have some extra time, consider doing one of the two optional activities. My personal preference would be the activity that revisits the content in Part C. Engaging with the vocabulary in Part C like this is an excellent way to practice critical thinking while giving students an even better foundation for when they watch the video. In the While You Watch section, take your time with Part A, predicting. We learn as much from watching as we do from listening, so students will start to get an idea of what's going on in the first 4 minutes of the episode simply by watching. The lower level students in your class will absolutely love this activity because they'll be able to engage with the video at the same level as the more advanced students. It's also a good way to check to see what students remember from the previous chapter, such as the names of characters, familiar scenes, etc. It's also important to take your time between video clips. Make sure students are comprehending the scenes by asking concept-checking questions and follow-up WH questions, such as who, what, when, where, and why. This may slow down the pace of the lesson a little bit, but if you have the time and you're working with beginner or intermediate level students, it will really help them a lot. If you choose to do Part K and L, listening for specific information, these would be excellent activities to do with a partner or independently. Personally, I like to do these activities in partners whenever possible because it allows me to mix students up and let them learn and help each other. Small groups also work well, but I try to keep groups to no more than 4 students. The After You Watch section has 6 parts, some of which you can assign as homework if you don't have enough time to complete them all in class. I like to assign homework in which my students have to actually produce something, not just simply fill in a blank. So the writing assignments in Part C and D would make great homework assignments in my classroom. Projects like the one found in Part F are a great way to get students to apply what they have just learned and, again, keep things student-centered. For this poster project, you can have students complete it in class or start it in class and then finish it as homework. But try not to assign the project as homework so that you can guide them and give them feedback as necessary. You also have the option to let them present their projects in class to their peers or simply turn it into you, depending on what your preference and time constraints may be. Make sure to read the 3 tips in this section. This chapter has a lot of support for the After You Watch section, so take advantage of them. The activities students do after watching videos are excellent opportunities for them to practice their critical thinking skills, so be sure not to rush the activities in this section. Well, that's it for Chapter 2. I hope you enjoyed this video and got some good ideas on how you can best use Chapter 2 in your classroom. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like this video and share it widely with your colleagues and other teachers. If you haven't seen the video for Chapter 1, check it out now. The next video in the web series covers Chapter 3, called RoboCop, and it's just as fun and educational as it sounds. Thanks a lot, and see you then.